You see, most people live in reaction. They wake up in the same bed, get out on the same side, check the same phone, think the same thoughts, and feel the same emotions as yesterday. They step into the world, and the world dictates their mood. Their environment, their past, their circumstances, they let it define them. But let me ask you something. Who's in control? Are you living life, or is life living you? What if I told you that the external world is nothing but a reflection of your internal state? That if you just mastered your inner world, your mind, your emotions, your energy, then 90% of your life would unfold exactly the way you wanted? And to do that, you don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to fight with the world. You just need to master one space, your bedroom, because your bedroom is more than a place, it's a laboratory. It's where you disconnect from distractions, where you tune out the noise, where you stop reacting and start creating. See, the reason most people's lives don't go their way is because they are too caught up in the external. They are responding to emails, scrolling through negativity, absorbing the stress of the world. Their energy is scattered. Their mind is cluttered. But what if, instead of being a slave to the external, you became the master of your internal? What if you trained your brain to hold the vision of the life you want, long enough, strong enough, until reality has no choice but to match it? That's what happens in your bedroom. That's where you wake up in gratitude, where you rehearse the emotions of your future, where you rewire your brain for success. That's where you visualize, where you meditate, where you decide, this is the person I am becoming. You don't leave the bedroom as the same person who entered it. You walk out with a new mind, a new energy, a new reality forming around you. So if you want 90% of your life to go your way, stop running outside to fix things. Stop fighting against reality. Go inward. Master your space, master your state. Because when you do that, the world will have no choice but to rearrange itself around you. Most people wake up every morning and immediately step into reaction. They check their phones, read the news, scroll through messages, before they've even had a conscious thought of their own. And just like that, their mood is set. One negative headline, one stressful email, one reminder of the past, and their entire state of being is dictated by something outside of them. They don't realize it, but they've handed over control of their emotions. Instead of deciding how they want to feel, they allow the world to decide for them. Instead of setting an intention for the day, they wait to see how the day treats them. And when you live this way, constantly reacting, you're not creating. You are not in charge. Your environment, your past, your circumstances, they become the authors of your life. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and now you're frustrated. Your boss makes a comment, and now you're doubting yourself. You see someone's perfect life on social media, and suddenly your own life feels inadequate. You weren't born this way. You weren't meant to be a victim of circumstances. But somewhere along the way you got conditioned. Conditioned to believe that life happens to you instead of through you. And as long as you live this way, life will always feel unpredictable. Some days will be good, some days will be bad, and none of it will be under your control, because you gave that control away. Not consciously, not deliberately, but every single time you let something external decide how you feel, you reinforce the same pattern. A pattern that keeps you stuck in the past. A pattern that makes your future look just like yesterday. Look around you, everything you see, the people, the situations, the opportunities, they are all a reflection of what's happening inside you. Your external world is not separate from you. It is responding to you. Most people think life is happening to them. They believe circumstances are random, that luck decides who wins and who struggles. But this is not how reality works. Reality is shaped by energy, and your energy is shaped by your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. If you wake up every morning feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or unworthy, life will mirror that back to you. You will find more stress, more obstacles, more reasons to feel the way you've always felt. Not because life is unfair, but because your energy is pulling in experiences that match your internal state. If you believe people cannot be trusted, you will attract situations that confirm that belief. If you think money is hard to come by, you will always struggle financially. If you feel unworthy of love, you will meet people who reinforce that feeling. It's not the world that is against you. It's your own internal world projecting the same patterns over and over again. But the moment you change your inner state, everything shifts. The moment you start waking up with gratitude, life gives you more reasons to be grateful. The moment you embody confidence, opportunities begin to appear. The moment you believe you are worthy, life starts proving you right. Because reality does not happen by chance. It happens by choice. And that choice begins within you. Your bedroom is not just a place where you sleep. It is the space where you reset, where you disconnect, where you step away from the noise of the world. Most people see their bedroom as just another part of their house. But if you understand its true power, it becomes something much greater. It becomes a laboratory, a space where you experiment with your mind, your energy, and your future. Because the world outside is full of distractions. The notifications, the conversations, the expectations. Everyone and everything is constantly pulling at your attention. And if you are always responding to the outside, when do you ever take time to shape the inside? Your bedroom is where you take back control. It's where you close the door, shut out the noise, and turn inward. It's where you stop reacting and start creating. It's where you sit in silence, focus your breath, and train your mind to hold a vision longer than a few seconds. Because if you cannot focus on what you want in the quiet of your own room, how will you ever hold onto it in the chaos of the world? Your bedroom is where you reprogram your thoughts. It's where you let go of the emotions that no longer serve you. It's where you practice gratitude before the world gives you a reason to be grateful. It's where you see yourself as the person you are becoming before anyone else believes it. This is where the real work happens. This is where you transform. Because when you leave this room in a new state of being, the world outside has no choice but to follow. Most people wonder why life doesn't go their way. They try harder, push more, chase after things, but somehow the results never match their efforts. They feel stuck, exhausted, and frustrated. But the real problem isn't in the world outside of them. It's in the way their energy is scattered. They wake up and immediately focus on problems, work stress, financial struggles, relationship conflicts. Their mind jumps from one worry to the next, like an untamed storm. They give their energy to distractions, to things they cannot control, to situations that drain them. And then they wonder why life feels like a battle. Because their energy is going in 100 different directions, with no focus, no clarity, no intention. Imagine trying to light a fire by throwing sparks in every direction. Nothing ignites. But if you concentrate that energy, if you bring all your focus to one place, the fire begins to burn. Your mind works the same way. If you are constantly reacting to the world, you are not creating anything new. If you are giving your attention to what is wrong, you will only see more problems. But if you turn inward, if you train your mind to focus, to be still, to hold a vision, you take back control. You stop leaking energy into distractions. You stop wasting time on things that do not serve you. And suddenly, life starts moving in your favor. Not because the world changed, but because you stopped scattering your energy and finally directed it toward the life you actually want. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold, it is shaping your reality in ways you cannot see. Most people let their minds run on autopilot. They think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and repeat the same patterns day after day. And then they wonder why nothing changes. But if you want to change your life, you must first change your mind. You must train your brain to hold the vision of the future you want, so clearly, so consistently, that it becomes more real than your past. Because your brain does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. If you repeatedly visualize success, your brain begins to wire itself for success. If you deeply feel gratitude for a future that has not yet happened, your body starts believing it is already yours. And when your mind and body align with that future, reality has no choice but to reflect it back to you. This is not philosophy. This is science. Neural pathways strengthen with repetition. Thoughts create emotions. Emotions create energy. And energy attracts experiences that match it. So if you are constantly focusing on what's missing, what's wrong, what's not working, your brain will keep filtering the world through that lens. But if you focus on what you want, if you see it, feel it, live it in your mind every single day, you start to rewire your reality. And soon, what once felt impossible becomes inevitable. Because when you master your mind, you master your life. Your bedroom is more than just a place where you sleep. It is where you disconnect from the world and reconnect with yourself. It is where transformation begins. Because every night when you close your eyes, you have a choice. You can carry the same thoughts, the same emotions, the same past into the next day. Or you can use this space to create something new. This is where meditation becomes your tool. where you quiet the noise of the outside world and tune into something deeper, where you slow down, breathe, and detach from the stress, the doubt, the limitations. This is where you shift from survival to creation, because when the mind is still, it becomes powerful. This is where visualization takes over, where you see yourself living the life you desire before it ever manifests, where you close your eyes and step into a new reality. One where you already have the confidence, the success, the abundance you seek. And the more you see it, the more real it becomes. Your brain does not know the difference between what is imagined and what is real. Neurons fire, pathways strengthen, new possibilities take shape. This is where conscious intention rewires your destiny, where you no longer wake up and let the day happen to you. You decide how you will think, how you will feel, how you will show up. You set the tone, the energy, the direction of your life. Because transformation doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. And the most powerful choice you can make begins right here, before the world even knows you've changed. Reality is not fixed. It is not something outside of you, controlling your life, deciding your fate. Reality is responding to you. It is shifting, molding, and rearranging itself based on the energy you bring to it. Most people wake up and step into the same life, not because life refuses to change, but because they refuse to change. They carry the same thoughts, the same emotions, the same beliefs day after day. And so, the world around them reflects back the same experiences. But the moment you shift, everything around you begins to shift. When you wake up in a new state of being, grateful instead of frustrated, confident instead of doubtful, empowered instead of fearful, the world starts responding differently. The people you meet, the opportunities that come your way, the way events unfold, it all begins to align with the new energy you carry. This is not magic. This is how energy works. Your thoughts create emotions. Your emotions create vibration. And your vibration attracts experiences that match it. So when you step out of your bedroom after consciously choosing a new state of being, you are no longer stepping into the same world. You are stepping into a new version of reality. One that is finally in alignment with the person you have become. You don't have to force things to happen. You don't have to chase, struggle, or fight against the world. You just have to shift, because when you change from within, the external world has no choice but to follow. You were never meant to live life as a victim of circumstances. You were never meant to wake up and react to the same problems, the same struggles, the same limitations. You are the creator of your reality, and it all begins in the space where you train your mind, shift your emotions, and set your energy for the day. Your bedroom is not just where you sleep. It is where you reprogram yourself for the life you truly want, because the world outside is only a reflection of what's happening inside. So if you want life to go your way, stop trying to change everything out there. Master your mind, master your state of being. And when you walk out that door in a new energy, watch how reality bends to match the person you have become.